Hi there, Richard Matharoo here. I want to give you a practical tip that if you're a network marketer, you're going to be aware of this. You probably haven't noticed it as much as you would like, and by controlling it, it's going to make a huge difference to the results in your business and in your wider life. I'll be right back to teach you this practical tip. Okay, welcome back. So I want to talk about an epidemic that is in existence on our planet for virtually every human being right now, and it is one that is extremely detrimental if you are a network marketer. You can take some practical steps to solve this. I'm going to teach them to you today. First, let's raise our awareness about this, and then let's solve this problem so you can get better results. I'm talking about the impatience epidemic. Do you realize how much more impatient everybody is these days, virtually across the board, compared to 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago? I first became aware of this when I was watching an old TV show. It was like the top 50 greatest kids programs of all time. It was late at night, I was channel surfing, and it just blew my mind about when they showed the modern TV shows, how fast they were talking. The kids programs were so fast. Like blah, 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 right? Even the adverts in between the commercials for my American friends. We call them adverts here in the UK. In between the TV programs, like blah, 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 blah. You look back at the old programs, the old kids programs, it was like Flower Pot Men or something. Hello, Bill, and Bill comes on like 5 minutes later like he's got arthritis, but that was the speed he was moving. It was just so much slower and calmer. And I was like, the pace of life is so fast these days. We got microwaves, we've got dishwashers, we got people, more people pay for cleaners. We just don't have to do a whole bunch of stuff or be patient anymore. Someone throws a fit if they put a microwave meal on for a minute and has to do another minute. I'm gonna go crazy, right? In the cars, I don't need to explain this. You know this is true, and especially with social media. Like, when was the last time you actually sat with your thoughts? When was the last time you actually allowed yourself some space in your brain for creativity, ideas, growth to actually occur? Or do you just stuff in any single notification that you can? Your phone goes off, you look at it straight away, even though all the people you care about are in the home with you. So there's no real emergency that can really occur. But you look at it, right? And then you're scrolling for 5 or 10 minutes looking at the version of someone else's life that they're trying to share that we know isn't reality. In the queues, you can't even strike up a conversation with somebody these days before they're looking at their phone, or they're just heads buried. On a public transport, the second that somebody has to wait for something, they have to look at a phone. God forbid they try and just have a little bit of look at the fresh air or the buildings around them or the animals or whatever, or human beings. And this transpires into the same thing with your network marketing business. Like, people are so impatient trying to build a business these days. They grossly underestimate what they can do long term, but they grossly overestimate what they can do short term. There's this expectation of like now, quick, impatience, and if it doesn't materialize instantly, I'm going to quit it. It doesn't work. Not that they didn't work it, no, it doesn't work, right? It's that microwave mentality. Or another prospect, I'm not going to do another presentation, I'm done. And that is no way to build a business. Anything significant, anything worthwhile in life, it takes time, it takes effort. The reason it's worthwhile is because it's rare. The two go hand in hand. The more rare an achievement, the more substantiating it is, the more work is required. Because that's why it's rare, because people aren't willing to do it. So if you're watching this video and you have any aspirations to be above a couple of grand a month from your network marketing business, that puts you in the rare category, doesn't it? I don't know if you realize that. That's a top 5%er right there. You want to be the top 5% in American football. You want to be the top 5% in the Olympics. You want to be the top 5% in anything, any industry, any hobby. You got to do the work, right? So if you're bringing an impatient approach to your business, always skitting around, changing different methods because they're not quick enough for you, not doing the hard work, not feeding back and assessing what you're doing and saying, well, why did it not work? How could I improve it? Just let's throw it away altogether. How do you expect to get to the top 5%, a couple of grand a month or more, with that mentality? It wouldn't, it wouldn't work in any other area, right, of your life. So just take stock as you're watching this video, and perhaps for a few minutes after you've finished. Are you as patient as you could be? If you're not, how can we practice increasing our patience? Try ignoring the notifications on the phone, unless there's some kind of emergency you're waiting for, right? Try reading a book. This is one of the big things I did. I swapped my mobile phone for a book. Now, when I take my little girl, like swimming or gymnastics or anywhere, instead of looking at my phone, I'll watch her, and if she goes out my sight, in the class, I'll read a book. I read a book at night time instead of looking at my phone. These little changes make a difference. I practice waiting for things. Okay, instead of doing something straight away, okay, why can I just wait and respond to that message later? Could I wait 10, 20, 30 minutes, even a day to deal with whatever this is if there's no negative connotations from it? Usually you can. And what starts to happen is you start to get smarter with your time. You start to chunk things together and reply to 20 messages at the end of the day once, instead of 20 times breaking your concentration and going into the phone. You start consuming 5, 10, 20 books a year, and your knowledge and your growth increases. You stop being so impatient in the car, with people, with yourself, because you start to practice that practical application of, okay, does this need to be done now? Is this increasing my patience, or is this decreasing my patience? And of course, your habits become your standards and who you end up becoming yourself. So I hope this has helped you in some way. Maybe this has raised your awareness in an issue. You see it around you. Maybe you do this a lot. Maybe you don't. Just be aware of it. If you're falling into this trap already, take steps to reduce your impatience. You'll thank me for it later for sure. Go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses. And if you want some more practical tips like this as a network marketer, you can go to richardmatharoo.com. You'll see a couple of buttons on the front page there. Both are free. Both are great resources I can give you to show you how to generate real interest, convert that interest into actual sales, and also implement more practical application of tips that will make a big difference in your life and business. I'll catch up with you really soon. Bye for now.